Ladies and gentlemen, there are record numbers of young people rediscovering Jesus and Christianity. Now, sociologists are claiming that it's because of conflicts and the moral decay in society. They are seeking something more stable, more disciplined. Certainly, Christianity will provide that. Tonight's lesson plan takes that trend that is currently happening in society and literally turns it up onto its head. Cinematic class is about to begin, and your professor is in. Salutations, another sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. And boy, the truth about tonight's movie is you could take everything you ever learned about demonic possession and toss it out the window after you're done watching this. Let's talk a little bit about demonic possession here, because that usually occurs when someone is at a very low point in their life, when you're down and out and it seems like, there's nothing around to give you a hand. That's when you can become a prime target for evil demons. This is the situation we find Carolyn in. She has just experienced the sudden and rather tragic death of her father, whom she was very, very close with. Carolyn's mother has taken her to numerous psychiatrists. They don't seem to be helping. So, through the scuttlebutt, she decides to turn to the church, which is odd because the family is atheist. Okay? But she is at her wit's end. So she goes to the church, and the pastor at the church, after seeing some things that Caroline is doing, decides to lend a hand. But it's not that easy, because he is suddenly and mysteriously struck with an odd illness, and down he goes into the hospital. Now, there's nobody else at the church to help but a novice nun. Caroline's mother is begging and pleading, please help my daughter. So this novice nun with absolutely no experience or training in exorcism decides to, give it the old college try. And that's not a good idea. It has rather disastrous results.
I need your help, Father.
What did you come here searching for, my child?
An exorcism.
Demons don't possess people.
Why weren't you at school today?
It was my dad's funeral. He killed himself.
Caroline!
When did you get the tattoo on your shoulder? I think I have a demon inside of me. The day this all started, I went up the water tower. I said a prayer to your father. I asked him to look after us.
It looks exactly like your tattoo. Some sort of god or demon.
This thing inside of Caroline will only become more powerful.
Caroline!
And one day, she will not be able to contain it.
Caroline, what have you done?
The
are you occupied? Why are you doing this?
Because this is what I am.
Ooh, spooky stuff, huh? Hey, let's take a look at the people who are in front of the camera. Our crew in front of the camera is brought to us by the House of Feruza Barbershop. It's located at the corner of South Park Road and Drake Road in Bethel Park. And if you live in southwestern Pennsylvania, you owe it to yourself to go down there and see Sam. He can make you style and profile. House of Feruza Barbershop on Drake Road and South Park Road in front of the camera. We have Gia Hunter and Charlotte Hunter, mom and daughter, playing the same on film. Fernando Romero, Gabriel Bonilla, Alice Coulthard, Jack Goldborn, and Roger Cudley all star in this. You know, they don't do a bad job. They're dealing with some strange subject matter, but as far as the actors are concerned, and as you can see, there's several Spanish Mexican stars in this, and the whole production came from Mexico, so they inhabit the post production team as well. Now let's talk about the post production team, the team behind the camera. That is brought to us by our sponsor, Gabriel Mastracci Art. If you're looking to rebrand or create a brand for yourself, you owe Gabe a call. He's the one that did Outtakes with Rick's Reel, that logo we use. Yeah, that's his. And he can do the same for you. Check him out, Gabriel Mastracci Art. Now, these guys have kind of a name for themselves. They are the Zaga brothers. That's how they want to be known. The movie was directed and written by them. This would be Jack Zaga Kababy and Yossi Zaga Kababy. In the writing field, they were also joined by David Basola. And as I said earlier, this movie was made in Mexico. What does it offer to the viewer? Well, you get pretty much standard demonic possession horror movie tropes. There's nothing really new about this movie. You get a few scenes that are gory, and that is to appease you gore fanatics out there. There's a couple of them thrown in. And there's also a few scenes with the, what they like to call the cat in the window scene. So you get a few of those too to hopefully make somebody jump or get caught off guard a little bit. But other than that, there's that's pretty much standard fare.
Well, the church practices exorcisms and is ashamed of them. I'm not.
Some people say that you are a trickster.
Well, they can call me what they want, but I feel forces from another world. You call them demons, malignant spirits, negative energy. They exist, and I can free people from them. I'm not a healer, or a medium, or a seer. I'm just a human container for spiritual shit.
So let's see if we can wrap this up in our summary of the containment is presented by the Three Rivers Comic Con. This will be coming up on the first week of June, June 6th and June 7th. I will be there at Gabriel Mastracci's the table where you can see some of his fine art, including his new comic book, which is being published. And I will be there as well. So you can stop by and see me. It'd be great to talk to you. We can talk some movies. That is the Three Rivers Comic Con. It's a great place to be if you're a comic fan because it is the one true con that still puts the comics in Comic Con. So, our summation for the containment in society, while many are returning to Christianity as an anchor in their lives, this film takes that entire concept of stability and turns it up on its head. This is where the movie differs because everything else in the movie is pretty much standard possession movie stuff. Let me explain what I mean. Do you recall some years ago there was a movie called The Bad Seed? Boy, this was not only was, it still is a classic. I enjoyed this movie even when I was a little tiny kid. I thought this was a pretty good, it's a pretty scary movie too. That's pretty much what Catherine is in this movie. Do you follow that? Do you see what the writers have done here? They've taken demon possession of this girl and they've turned it from something evil and fearful into something good. This demon, and it is a demon, inhabits this girl's body to stop her from being evil. There's no way you can make sense of that. There is not an evil demon that possesses someone so that they will not be evil, so that they will be contained. Okay? And that's exactly what happens in this movie. There is an allusion to the demon being Egyptian in nature and what have you. But no, if you have a demon, you have a demon. It doesn't matter what country he comes from, he's still going to be evil. There's not good demons and bad demons. There is no demon that will possess you and make you a better person. But that is the message that they try to get through in this movie. Now, I'll go so far as to say that's rather unique because I can't remember if I've ever seen that done before. But my God, this was made primarily in Mexico. Mexico is a Christian country. And to even suggest this as a possibility, wow, talk about going against cultural norms. I don't think there's a demon out there that has the wherewithal or even the kindness to possess someone in order to prevent them from being human, thereby humanity is evil. Wow. There are a lot of people who worry that many people today are nothing more than demons who are expelling vile evilness. And while many people here in America think it's the Democratic Party, with good reason, people in Mexico don't have that. So this movie going over in its native, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see this happening at all. It's proof that the devil's influence is indeed persuasive, doesn't fly. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.